Welcome to Mike's Workshop Adventures. I'm Mike, thanks for coming along. Today I'm just going to do a real quick demonstration on the difference between a ticking stick and a compass. In my previous video on measuring and cutting to a curve using a ticking stick, there's been a few comments regarding it would be quicker and easier to use a compass. The only problem is a compass doesn't scribe an accurate line to a curve. And I'm going to show that in my little demonstration, and I hope that helps everyone understand why a ticking stick is great, and a compass has its place too, it's fantastic, but in this situation a compass just wouldn't work. Alright, let's go and have a look at the demonstration. Okay, as we discussed in our introduction, we're going to show the difference between the ticking stick and the compass. A couple of people have suggested I could use a compass to scribe around my shape, fit it in. It doesn't actually work like that, it doesn't fit properly. The ticking stick will fit and create, as per those other two videos, an actual 100% fitting piece of timber to fit in there. So let's presume, remember this is only a demonstration, so this would be a high piece of timber or an oddball shape where you can't get into easy to actually just map it out. Like my vice was on my milling machine. Right, I'm just going to use paper because I can cut it with scissors and then we can get the shape to fit the shape without, so let's presume this is a piece of plywood that we're fitting into oddball shape, or it could be a floor tile fitting in, it could be a piece of timber fitting into another piece of timber, or like I did on my milling machine, it could be the covers fitting in. So the first issue I have is I've got to get this to an approximate shape so that I can scribe around the line with my compass. So I could mark it, I could sit here and do a guesstimate shape, whatever, cut it, get it close, cut it, get it close. Time consuming, yes. So as any good demonstration, I've played around and got a piece relatively close already. So I'm just going to tape that in place. Just so it doesn't move. So now I'm going to scribe around, we can even go a bit closer. I'm going to scribe around with my compass. Now the other problem with the compass is I've got to keep this 90 degrees as close as I can all the way around. See, I slipped then, came off. So I'm going to cut that out. If I, just as a demonstration, I can, see I'm out a bit, see I'm in a bit. You have to be dead on with the compass. So let's cut that shape out. Come on camera. Right, so let's cut that shape out. As though we're cutting out our piece of plywood or timber or tile. Okay, now we'll fit the shape in. Oh, we have some gaps. I'm just going to bring this down so you can see. We have some gaps here and here. Now the reason of that is because we followed the curve. So the 3 points will touch, the flats will always touch, and of course the tip of the curve will touch. And we get a gap here. Now you could stick this to your piece of timber and then trace around like this, but once again the accuracy is I've got to have that exactly the same angle that I had it when I went around here. But once again you can see it doesn't line up. It never will. It can't line up on a curve. While if I had used the ticking stick, it would fit in there perfectly, as you saw by my other demonstrations. So let's quickly swap over. Okay, we're going to swap over to this shape now. Okay, I've swapped my shapes over. Same issue with this one. I could guess, I could cut, I could trial and error, get it close so that I can run my line around. But once again, I've played around just so, and here's a close fitting one. So we'll pretend that's our plywood or whatever. Run around again with our compass, trying to keep it 90 degrees. Cut it out. Once again, we have big gaps. Same scenario, the edges would touch, the top will touch, we'll have a large gap here and a large gap here. And if you bring it out a bit you can see why, because when it's parallel where I use the compass, when we move it in, there's always going to be big gaps. So you can see the large gap here. And once again, it's like I said, it's because this was out parallel, and when you move it into a circular shape, it just can't fit. So once again, I could take that and template that around, but once I'm relying on everything being correct. Why, with the ticking stick, it's an actual perfect shape every time. And you imagine if this then went in and out, like this, in and out. It's just a perfect fit. It's the perfect way of doing things. I hope that sort of helps the understanding that you can just scribe around a shape with a compass, and it's not that especially a curved shape, and that you've also got to get in there first while the ticking stick you don't. So thanks for watching. I hope this was a little bit of help and help those people who think it works. It's not a you can't do it that way, it's just it's a different way of doing it, and this works more accurately. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.